Hey guys, I'm back for another video, and today I'm going to be talking about Hytale again, and today we're going to talk about questing. So this is a topic that I have not seen come up like at all in the community, and it's talking about how quests will work. So not necessarily the story, but it'll be the way of expressing the story, right? So what do you guys think? Are there going to be objectives? Will there be dialogue, like at all? Will there be a system where it's like, hey, I need to get this plant to make medicine to save my friend's life. Can you go to this dangerous place and get it for me? And then, like, you know, the standard fetch quest thing from Skyrim. Is that going to be a thing? And I don't think they've really released much information on that. There are a few hints of quests. For example, there's a screenshot that explicitly says, quest completed, or something like that. Help the Quebecs defeat the infected golem. So that does prove that there are quests. But here's the thing. Are they linear? Is there a story quest? Are there things that are like given to you through dialogue? Is everybody given the same quest? Or is it only gotten by specific dialogue options? So anyway, yeah. With that in mind, that's everything we know so far. So for the rest of this video, I would like to talk about my thoughts for what should be in the questing system. So here we go. One of the things that makes Bethesda games great is how it's almost like the main quest isn't even the main priority for some players. Side quests are where it's at. So if you're playing and you're going on the main quest, having a good time, and then you just see something happening in the distance, and you go check it out, and then before you know it, you're in the middle of a side quest. And these little tangents are so much fun. One of my favorite quests was for the Thorn in Fallout New Vegas. So there's this place that's called the Thorn, and it's an underground sewage area, and they live in the sewers, and they have a whole bunch of mob cages where they get animals to fight and people to fight. So for example, you could set up a match between 3 rad scorpions and a death claw, and then you get to bet on who's gonna win, and then you earn money or lose money based on what happens. So those people have a quest where you can go out and collect eggs for different species of animal so that they can continue doing the stuff in the Thorn. And once you complete everything, then you get a special shotgun called the Dinner Bell. And it's a hunting shotgun appropriately, since, you know, the whole thing is about, you know, hunting animals to get their eggs. And it does a ton of damage. It's, I think, the best shotgun in the game. But anyway, yeah, and you also get a little bonus something, too, that's M-rated, so let's not talk about that. But, yeah. So that was a great side quest that was really fun. Another great side quest was rescuing Raoul from Black Mountain. There's just a whole bunch of little distractions where if you wanted to just straight up beat Fallout New Vegas, you could do it in like 2 hours if you were like really, really good at it. And if you're like casually playing, maybe 5 hours. But these side quests make it so that you can spend over 100 hours playing the game in one save. And then maybe you finally got to everything. But yeah, I hope there's a lot of little side quests that you can do. And I hope to begin with, there's like a dialogue system so you can, you know, talk to people and take advantage of your diplomacy skills and like maybe convince people to do things based on your equipment and stuff. Which actually brings up an interesting question. If you had like a really powerful weapon and strong armor, could you intimidate somebody into doing something for you? Like by threatening them? I remember one perk from Fallout New Vegas was called Terrifying Presence, and it had dialogue options that would make people fear you because, you know, you have a terrifying presence and you could convince them to do things for you. So it's like, if they don't let you buy or something like that, then you say something really threatening about, I don't know. I think one of them is really stereotypical and like pretty cringy, but the character's just like, what was that? Sorry, I couldn't hear you through my muscles. I think that was actually a skill check for the special stat for strength, I think. Something like Terrifying Presence would be like making someone literally run away instead of fighting you. So like you get in a conversation with somebody and they're threatening to attack you, and you have like one response before they go hostile, and one of those could be a terrifying presence option, and then they just run away scared. So something like that would be really fun too, having like dialogue options and maybe varying levels of what could happen in the conversation based on the equipment you have. One thing I'd like to say though, as far as side quests are concerned, please no repeatable quests like Preston Garvey. Another settlement needs your assistance. Freaking Preston Garvey, man. There's always another settlement that needs your help, and it's so boring and stupid. There's another quest that's repeatable for the Brotherhood of Steel, where you get like some documents from some like abandoned place, and then there's like a bunch of ghouls usually that attack you, and it's just so boring and stupid. So none of that, please. I would prefer unique quests, lots of them, instead of a repeating one that's really boring. I think it would be cool too if your choices throughout the game actually changed like the way the game ends or what ending you get. But since this is a multiplayer game in some aspects, it might not work out that way. I don't know. I'm just giving my ideas at this point. Maybe the main story will be only doable in single player, and then like maybe the multiplayer stuff will be more like a co-op experience, but it still kind of acts like there's one person, but there's two people there, kind of like from Borderlands, how they do that. I don't know. Factions would be really cool if there were different factions in the game and you could have a reputation with each faction. That would be neat. So maybe you can be loved by one faction, hated by another faction, and then if you like wear the clothes of one faction, it'll make another faction hate you. And the final thing I'd like to talk about on this topic is I really hope that, okay, so I'm going to paint a scene for you, right? You're going to Universal, right? And there's one of those 4D experiences. You're walking through this place, and there's like these big swinging doors, and it sounds really mysterious. And then you get to walk in. And then when you walk in the distance, you can hear like some dialogue from like the group of people that came in before you. And they're like at a specific part of the experience that you're not at, but you can still hear it. And then you walk in, and it just loops to do you. And then it's just like, you know, I feel like I'm just part of an assembly line, right? It's really hard to explain, but it's like an amusement park ride where you can tell that it's just like an experience. It's really not that immersive. It's just funneling people in, and it's pretty lame. So that's how a lot of experiences could be with a multiplayer type server, because it's just like, you know, let's say you have to talk to a specific NPC to start a quest, and maybe there's a line of players, and one player, you know, gets the quest from the NPC. It's like, oh, I need help. Can you please get this for me? And then they're like, yeah, sure. And then the next player comes up, oh, I really need help. Can you get this for me? Yes. And then 3-4 times, and then it's just like, like it makes it kind of lame. I don't know, when it's like an amusement park ride sort of thing. I hope you guys can get what I'm saying. But anyway, yeah. That is something I hope that multiplayer Hytale can somehow fix. I have no idea how it would work. I've heard from people like Kodiak from the Game Gurus that sometimes the way it works is that it will literally teleport you to a different part of the map, and then like there'll be multiple instances of that part of the map once you go in, and each player like experiences the same thing, but you know, out of earshot of the other person doing it, so it feels more legit. Another cool thing about the quests is that they could be a reason for people to go out and do things to get money, right? You could maybe add currency to the game. If, I don't know, maybe currency will be in the game. Maybe if you complete a certain quest, you get gold. I don't know. Well, anyway, that is it for this video, guys. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed. And man, I really do hope there's a more advanced questing system than just go here, do this, done. I really hope it does have some hard choices to make. Maybe your choices can affect how the universe goes. Who knows? Well, anyway, that is it. Oh, and before I go, you guys should check out my Discord server, the ThirtyVirus botnet. On there, it's basically like the videos, except it continues on in text form indefinitely. We talk about stuff all the time. I show up, of course, from time to time to discuss Hytale ideas with a lot of the members, and if you were to bring a new idea to my attention, it might be an interesting discussion. Well, anyway, that is it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.